Okay, stop now.
Afternoon, guys. We have today Mr. Shawn Jordaan, one of our quality expert, and today we will talk about the quality. What's the quality and how we can improve the quality and what are the common issues of the quality. So we have Shawn Jordaan. We are in Istanbul restaurant, and we will talk about the qualities and qualities issue challenges like this. So let's start with Mr. Shawn Jordaan. Mr. Shawn Jordaan, I just little bit tell about more about Mr. Shawn Jordaan. He's the one of the quality expert, and he have the lot of knowledge about engineering field in the quality, and he's working since last 10 years in the quality departments and working for the qualities. Please tell something about the quality to our viewers, Mr. Shawn.
Okay, yeah. Good day, everybody. Yeah, in regard to quality and that, quality experience, 10 years in the current positions and that, quality management and that. And prior to that, avionics field, quality and that. And also in the trucking industry, also quality experience in that field there as well. So that is a bit of my so we're going to discuss a few items or a few things in regard to quality, where in general, doesn't matter what industry you're in, everything is basically the same. So
Yeah.
quality is in general most probably in the eyes of the beholder,
Yes.
and not a specific standard or a specific requirement.
As per my, Mr. Shawn, as per my knowledge, opinion, the quality means the zero snacks. Is not that what customer asks us, this is the snacks, you have to fix. But quality is the generally there should be zero snack, either checked by our customer or checked by any expert. So quality, it means that it should be a zero snacks. But commonly we see in our engineering field that quality is the that what customer asks, just fix it and then get past something acceptance. Then that's all. But I believe the quality should be a zero snacks. How do you think about it?
Looking at quality per se is not always just regarding the quality. Quality, like I said, is in the eyes of the beholder. So if you as a person want to drive a Mini, and that is the type of quality that you want out of a vehicle, then the Mini is for you. If you want to drive a BMW or a Mercedes-Benz or a Ferrari, that is the type of quality out of the equipment or material or the type of vehicle that you have. So this is the major thing. In regarding delivering a quality product,
Yeah.
that is where the essence comes in, and that is where internally quality procedures, quality processes needs to be implemented to make sure that the customer with either the Mini or the Ferrari is actually adequately happy with the product and having zero
Yeah.
issues.
Yeah. Mr. Shawn, my next question is that what are the top issue in the field of the quality? In field, what issue we are facing basically the quality? What are the issues? For example, sometime I hear the quality installation qualities problems, bala small things, mistakes, snakes. I can, as per my experience, there is for example, if any solar company is doing the job, they are installing blocks on the roof to bracket for solar panels. Normally they didn't take care about their tightening something. They have washers, small thing, something is the galvanizations, brackets. So at the end, when raining or something, there will be a rush, something a problem with iron. These issues can how do you think about it?
And regarding if you want to use solar paneling as an example,
Yeah,
the solar paneling and that, obviously there is a quality inspection prior to a product being sent out. So manufacturing issues, making sure that the product is functional, no scratches, no damages, no cracks. Installation part, according to a SOP or scope of work, needs to be installed. Bumps, the tensioning of corners, the tensioning of the bolts, and then your electrical part, where your connection joints onto the solar panel itself has got issues, lugs that is not correct, incorrect crimping, and all of that can cause an issue. Whether you will lose your series in your product, meaning the way it is connected, or parallel connections, that will cause issues if something as small as that has got an issue.
and other thing that in engineering, mostly all companies they outsource the work. Normally, they have the contractors. So contractor have their own logics to work and bala bala. Sometimes they take teams from the reports and put the teams. So they contractor doing many mistakes, and at the end we can't get the quality what we want. So how what suggestion you want to say about contractors, engineering contractors, how they should not do these kind of mistakes?
The main issue in regard to using or utilizing a contractor in itself, the support or the personnel that is mainly employed for doing a certain job, whether it's a building that you are building, laying of bricks, mixing of concrete, or even installing the metal work and that. So they used unskilled labor because of price.
Unskilled labor is the problem. Yeah.
Because of price. So the amount of contractors that utilize people that is qualified to do a certain job is not there. It doesn't mean if you've got a trowel in your hand that you can plaster, or if you've got a side cutter that you can join electrical wires. So that is what it's about. You have to get certain skilled employees, then you will manage your project better.
Yeah. And what are the common mistakes happen in field by subcontractor? What they commonly doing mistakes, snacks? What are the common snacks in doing by subcon?
If you look at a digging a foundation for a building, are not working according to the specific requirements. So if you've done it once, 10 times, 100 times, or 1,000 times, you always work according to a document, according to scope of work, according to the specifications. So every job is different, even though it's the same. So they don't use the right and correct documentation when they do a job. So what they've learned on a previous, they take over to the next job, but it's different. So that is one of the common and most
means they don't follow the documents.
Yeah, pronounced issues.
So number one is they don't follow the documents.
That is correct. Yeah.
Yes, and
basically scope of work.
Yeah, scope of work.
It tells you exactly from point 1 to point 10 to follow each point consistently. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and as soon as you skip 6 and 7 and you put 7 and 6, then you start having issues.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any other things you say about the issues?
Electrical connections to circuit breaker boards. The cutting specification or the length of what the copper must stick out, bolts, nuts, screws, motor vehicles, buffing, trenching, the depth of the trenching, laying of pipes, laying of ducts, water, how to drill through a wall, the distance for electrical installations in buildings and housing, things like that, because of scope of work issues.
Yeah. Can you give us any example that you have faced regarding the quality issue when you are in the field? You found these issues, and how you communicate subcontractor to fix them, and how we can check and control them. Can you give any example that happened with you? What's your experience about it in the field?
In the field itself, looking at trenching, whether it's water pipes or fiber or conduit and that, laying of ducts, each and every circumstance is a different entity on its own. Digging a trench in a suburban area, there's always electrical cables and water pipes that is at a certain depth. So as soon as your scope of work indicates to you can only go 600 deep or 900 deep, it's because there is a servitude or something that is lying underneath, and that is according to the documentation. Now you will dig up a pipe or cut into electrical. It can be fatal. Oil, electrical supply, you can burn yourself to death. Water pipes can stay open for days and weeks on end because of leakages. Not the correct backfilling that is used, not the correct danger tape, cutting through paving incorrectly, cutting through a roadway incorrectly. All of that has got.
Please have a drink to Mr. Shawn, please. Yeah, we have a lot of challenges, especially contractors. And what do you think about the customer expectations of qualities?
Customer expectations is always zero quality acceptance.
Okay.
They want zero issues, no issues.
No issue.
But unfortunately, in regard to certain aspects, you will always find. And like I said before, quality is in the eyes of the beholder. So if you say you are painting a vehicle and you have to buff it, now when a customer comes and collects it, he wants it smooth and all shiny, but now you only buff the sections that you have repainted and not buff the whole vehicle. That's a quality issue. But it's a quality issue on the customer side and not on the person that was doing the job. That is where the difference comes in. Quality is always zero
Snacks, zero snacks.
Zero snacks.
Zero error.
Unfortunately, you're not going to get it.
And other thing, what are the common excuses we listen from contractors? What are the common excuses? Bala, can you tell about something contractor excuses?
I didn't know.
Yeah, I agree.
I didn't get all the material.
Yeah.
Timely delivery. The vehicle broke. Not the correct tools. The project is not profitable, so they cut down in size on personnel.
I believe these should be not issue. If contractors sign the contract, they should not give us such kind of excuses. How do you think about it? If they sign the contract, they have to deliver what they sign. Yes, continue, please. Okay, guys, now our dinner is ready. So, is ready. We will eat, then we will continue. And we are at Istanbul restaurant. Furthermore, we will continue after the lunch. Thank you very much for watching us. Thanks, guys. Welcome back. We already finished our lunch. And now Mr. Jordaan will say some points about the quality. Please, Mr. Jordaan, carry on.
Okay, 100%. Okay. We discussed or we talked about customer expectations of quality.
Yeah.
So we basically briefly touched on that and what the difference in that is on expectations of quality.
Yeah.
Now, one of the points or pointers is the process to maintain quality. Now, the process to maintain quality is a fact that you have to get the issues, and then you have to look at the issues, and then you have to manage the issues.
Yeah.
And that is
Means
the
identify the issue, then follow it and close it, and then verify it.
correct. Yeah. So that is where the difference between quality control and quality assurance comes in.
Yeah.
Okay. Now on the quality control part, that is where the measurement is. So that is while you are doing the job.
Yeah.
So it is measure, evaluate, review, and test.
Yeah.
So now in regard to measurement is you first have to get the information as well.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
So then you can measure the output. So you look at a mistake that is done, the amount of times the mistake is done, and you have to then address.
Address it. Yeah.
Yes.
So you have to communicate, and
That is
you have
correct.
to communicate very well and explain and fix it
That is correct.
with pictures or cameras, clips. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Then evaluate.
And, yeah.
The way that you have to evaluate it is what type of issue it is.
Yeah.
If it's a critical, major, minor, or not even an issue actually. So you have to categorize it,
Yeah.
and then you have to look at it and then eliminate, especially critical items, major items.
Yeah.
Minor items and less than that, less is actually going on to zero.
Yeah. So means we have to make a one list and we have to add one column: critical, major, minor. So we have to categorize the snacks and
That's
focus on first prioritization.
And that
Yeah.
is correct, yeah.
Yeah.
And then you have to review to see the measures that you have actually taken,
Yeah.
that it is working in reducing at least your critical items and that to less than 2%.
Yeah.
So anything between 0 and 2% is actually a very good reference on critical.
Yeah.
Major and minor should be less than that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then you test.
Good.
So you go back to your measurement,
Major.
where you can see that it makes a round circle the whole time to eliminate.
Yeah.
And that is how you do quality control.
Good. Good.
Quality assurance part. Now, what you need to do is maintain the quality or the control part of it. You
Yeah.
have to maintain it. So you have to do audits.
Yeah.
So now you have to audit your process
Mm.
and see if it's working. Now, that is where you look at documentation or a manual that you have to set up. And then you supply training. So you have already done the control part, but you can see where your issues is through the audit. So the direction that you're going to take, and then the training part to get everybody on the same level. Okay. Then the audit and the inspections. That will then bring in line that the training part that you have completed, you do the audit, and then you can find if there is any other issues.
Yeah.
Right. Then you have to output the results. Right? So any issues that you have found, you have to try and get the people to realize their mistakes.
Yeah.
Right, so that they don't do it again. So they have to visually see it. Right. Then the standardization of the audits. So then you will make up a list or a test sheet according to the information that you've got, so that you can go from point 1 to 10 or A to Z on each and every item that you have to look at, that you know where the issues are.
Yeah.
Right? And then the final audit to see whether you can actually eliminate everything. So with everything that you have put in place, that is the way that you will be able to do the quality assurance.
Good. Good.
And that is to bring up and also to support the quality control part.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
So it's a vicious circle the whole time.
Yes, we have to cycle, run this all steps again and again to ensure the quality.
That's correct. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay, anything else? Please.
Then, how would a contractor control its quality? Now, if you look at a contractor per se, whether it's building a house or that, so there are certain steps that you have to look at
Yeah.
that as well. So everything starts actually at health and safety.
Yeah.
That is where the essential part starts. First, make sure that environment is neat and tidy and clean, and everything is fine. You look after the environment itself. Doesn't matter what you do, whether you spray painting a vehicle, whether you're doing gardening, whether you're building a building, everything has to be looked after. Health and safety in regard to your team members and that work for you. Look after their health, make sure that they are safe in a workplace. Okay, and then safety, depending on areas, and also working at height, working in an environment, whether you are digging a hole, whatever the issue is, to get it up and running.
Yes, please carry on.
Okay, then, well, and then suggestions
Yeah. Please suggest, please.
on how, or advice on how contractors should actually maintain quality and improve on their quality.
Yeah.
The first part is receiving training according to the scope of work, according to the SOP. Get the standards up and running. The customer's requirement is very important.
Yeah.
And it's also on quality, it's also maintaining a standard where you've got a customer's requirement on quality, and your quality that you supply to the customers here, you always maintain an equilibrium on the same level. You never extend or overextend quality.
Good.
Okay?
Good.
Because otherwise your customers' expectations will always increase, and it will make your job difficult.
Yeah. Job will be
Yeah.
difficult, yeah.
But on the contractor itself, is training,
Yes.
attending certain
Yeah. Sometimes I also realize if we don't follow the book, we did some mistake, then customer will ask more than book.
That's
Okay,
correct.
do this. So it's good suggestion that we have to follow the book and deliver according to the book.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Otherwise, customer will ask this.
No, you can't increase the
Yeah,
standard.
yeah.
That is the problem.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
part.
Yeah. So that is very important. But then to improve the quality on the contractor side, it's
Yeah.
a question of training, auditing, results, and then maintain, and then training again,
Yeah.
and then work according to scope of work, work according to SOP. Very important.
Yes. Last things I ask you, Mr. Shawn, how do you think about EHS? Is sometime many company stop or something due to the EHS? They didn't really find that this is the problem. They just take light. EHS is light, but at the end, they will kick out due to the EHS issues. How do you think about EHS?
It's just a very important part of anything. So it's the beginning and end of a project.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like I said before, the health and safety or EHS or environmental first. The health and safety of your personnel second. So that it will not second but on the same spot. Okay? And you have to follow it. If you don't have a health and safety policy, it's stipulated by law that you need it. And without it you can't start anything. Doesn't matter what contract you are doing. So just digging a hole in a garden, anything like that, is you basically need a health and safety process and procedure in place.
Yes.
And that's to start the project and to close the project.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jordaan, to meet with us today. Guys, if still you didn't subscribe my channel, please subscribe now, and don't forget to click on the bell icon. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Thank you, Mr. Jordaan. See you.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you.
Hopefully, could have done better.
Thank you.